I know you're stuck at home and it's, well, dreary. I get it. Has the lockdown got you wondering what's going on in the world around you? Wouldn't you love to see for yourself? Well, you can't because you're under a bloody lockdown. Don't despair, I got you covered. Sit back and let me share what you've been missing. While your walls have stayed the same, your neighborhood stayed the same, and your cat may also be the same, there are lots of shocking changes happening around the world. As a humble human, you simply can't see it from your vantage point, not from the ground. Now, if you were a bird or a drone, imagine what fun you'd have and what remarkable changes you'd see. Well, sit back and let us be your eyes in the sky as we bring you some incredible new sights only available during the lockdown. Our internet traffic may be at an all-time high, but our road traffic has slowed to a halt. Number 1, Woodlands Causeway, Singapore and Malaysia. With the lockdown, Malaysia and Singapore locked down its borders. What used to be bumper-to-bumper traffic became eerily quiet overnight. The causeway is the main crossing from Singapore to Malaysia and accommodates 45,000 commuters and tourists in a single day. The average amount of time it takes to cross the 1LM causeway is 1 to 2 hours, but can be up to 3 to 4 hours on holidays. Think about this next time you're stuck in traffic. It could definitely be worse. Okay, wait a minute. Why do I see all these parking lots packed full of cars? Have you noticed that some stadium parking lots are completely full? What the heck is going on? Number 2, Dodgers Stadium, Los Angeles, USA. No tow-away zone here. As you can see, the cars are parked bumper to bumper, like a Los Angeles freeway pre-lockdown. Don't you find this odd? Is there a secret baseball game that you weren't invited to? I mean, where'd all these cars come from? Mystery solved. These are all rental cars. With non-existent tourism, car rental companies find themselves with more cars than parking spaces. Normally, these cars are on the road and housing them is not an issue. Imagine all the rental cars pulled from service at the same time. Where do you put them? They spill to unused lots of major venues. Sites such as these are common everywhere as rental companies scramble to find parking lots for their unrented vehicles. There, I've ended your FOMO. There's no secret concert that everyone else is attending. Okay, you get the idea. Cars are off the road and stuck in park. Road trips are no more, but what about planes? When's the last time you saw a plane in the sky and gazed at the vapor trail, also called contrails? Number 3, Charles de Gaulle Airport, Paris, France. These planes are not cleared for takeoff. With the lockdown, Air France is operating at only 5%, not 50%, 5%. Air France is only flying 44 of their 224 planes. The rest of the fleet is grounded. It's a rare sight to see all these planes on the ground at once. These planes are normally circling the globe or waiting in other airports. With the lockdown happening, are these planes just sitting around collecting dust? Not exactly. There are 1,000 employees who maintain and service these planes on a daily basis. They're keeping these aircrafts dust-free and are ready when they're given the A-OK for takeoff again. So that's good, right? Less car pollution, less plane pollution, and factories are also shut down. How do you think this is affecting the air we breathe? Number 4, Beijing, China. Let's take a breather. Due to the lockdown, Beijing enjoyed a 40% reduction in nitrogen dioxide, or NO2. The reduction could be seen in satellite images as well as aerial photos. The 2 months of clean air were welcomed by Chinese citizens. Not just making it easier to breathe, but a Stanford University professor guesstimated the cleaner air probably saved the lives between 1,400 and 4,000 children under 5 and 51,700 to 73,000 adults over 70. That's great news. Okay, we know the lockdown has cleaned the air, but what else? Stay tuned and see what happens to the waters around the world. Number 5, the canals in Venice, Italy. Let's compare the pics from last year and during the lockdown. You can see a lot of the murkiness has disappeared and the water is now clear. Venice has always been beautiful, but so much lovelier during the lockdown. The canal waters look cleaner and we can see deeper to the bottom. The lockdown has shut down most of the boat traffic, including massive cruise ships and vaporettos, super fast water taxis. The waters in Venice became so clear the locals started seeing fish in the water, and even jellyfish. You may think it's because of the water being cleaner and marine life has returned, but nope. It'll take much longer than months to reverse water pollution. The amazing changes in the water is because there are no boats and ships to stir up sediment. Without all that boat traffic, the water became still and gave the locals a rare glimpse of what is in their water. As you can see, the lockdown had a tremendous impact on the waters of Venice. It also changed some of the largest beaches around the world. Number 6, Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro. Life's a beach, all right. Have a look at the before and after pics. How popular is this beach? Well, for the heaviest visited days, there were over 2 million people on the 4-kilometer stretch of the Copacabana beach. With the lockdown and social distancing, this beach became desolate. Don't you wish you could be there now? Yeah, me too. I'd build the biggest sandcastle ever, or just sit back and watch the ships go by. Oh, that's right, I forgot. There are none. Number 7, Mecca, Saudi Arabia. If you are of Muslim faith and can't afford it, you must in your lifetime travel to Mecca. It's one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Even though it costs an average of $10,000 to $15,000 per person, 2.5 million Muslim pilgrims made the trip in 2019. With the lockdown, no visitors to Saudi Arabia will be allowed in 2020 for the Haji pilgrimage. Have a look at the stunning impact of the lockdown. We've seen the effects of lockdown on what it's taken away, what's been removed from our everyday lives and around the world, but what has it added? What can we see from the sky that's new? Number 8, Huoshenshan, Mount Fire God Hospital, Wuhan, China. This impressive 1,000-bed hospital was built in only 10 days. Think about your lockdown. You've had about 90 days, and what do you have to show for it? Building more padding around your middle doesn't count either. China's astounding feat was streamed live on TV. Citizens who were probably bored with television reruns were delighted. They probably thought it was reality TV using steamrollers and trucks. The show was so popular, viewers nicknamed some of the machines used in building the hospital. For example, cement mixers, no doubt the stars of the show, were called the Big White Rabbit, the White Roller, or the Cement King. Ironically, the spread of COVID was so well contained, this hospital was no longer needed and shut down after 26 days. What a happy ending to that story. What else can we see from the sky? What else is new in our everyday lives? Number 9, outside a grocery store, Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm sure everyone is thinking, the traffic getting here was a breeze, but will you look at this lineup? By now you've probably had your share of lineups. They look deceptively long due to social distancing, but I've found they move along fairly quickly. From the skies, we see these new snake-like lines of shoppers. Once inside, they can shop till they drop, but only after they've sanitized their hands. Social distancing is the new etiquette, and it will save our lives. How do we change behavior? Scientists have determined that we're more likely to change our behavior to mimic what we see. So, be a role model and others will follow your good example. Number 10, Dolores Park, San Francisco. Social circles? An innovative way to keep social distance has park officials painting circles to help picnickers and sun worshippers mind their spacing. I love this view from the sky. Don't they look like a flash mob? This has such a lovely symmetry, but imagine pre-lockdown. I think we would be scratching our heads trying to figure this one out. I hope you enjoyed your tour from the sky. Do any of these images surprise you? Looking down from high above certainly gives a new perspective on things. When we zoom out and up, the world certainly looks a lot different now. What do you think is the most shocking change from the lockdown? Comment below. Like the video and don't forget to subscribe with those notifications turned on for more ridiculous videos. Bye!